Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So, today, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing Spotify. We're going to be doing Apple Podcasts, and we're going to be doing UMGC so I can send Raul his film. I made a promise. It's day one, but I made a promise to him, and he said he'll wait for me. Don't you hate when you wash your hands and you wash your hands doctor style, which means you get water up on your wrist, and yeah, okay, that should be good. Let me just switch it to the other side because it's going to annoy me, man. It's going to annoy me. There's no way I'm sitting up there. Hate that. Let that dry. Definitely let this dry. You can see the wetness on it. It's irritated. Okay, so let's get started with Spotify. Spotify. Okie doke. What did you do? Whoa. How did that happen? Who came in and changed that? Oh my God, Kim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. This is 11. That'll be immediate. Go back. 11. How did it get up to 14? 12. This should be 12. Yuck, 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 yuck. 14, 14, 13. Okay. If y'all wanted to go visit, if you think you're brave, if you just want to go at night, you just want a quick way to see some scary stuff, go to Seattle. Go to Seattle. How did that become subscriber? Editing. Edit. Stop. 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 I don't want to download that. Hold on. How did season 5 get in here? Oh, season number 6. And this should be 13. I'm gonna keep it at 13. Go back, and now I have to do it all over again. Where's 13? Okay. Can y'all see this? Okay. Royal is and was a man who feels that family is first in his world. He's very mm, protective of his children and wife. He claimed he was an alcoholic and works regular hours like we do. It's just, Okay. This is 21. Uh-uh. Where'd it go? Next time I'm just gonna start copying and pasting. He spoke words talking about being an author and how just give me a second to read. I'm trying to see what we talked about. Um, He spoke words about being an author, how his new identity with 2.0 has been for him and how he has created helping people, which was what his goal was the whole time. He wants Mr. Guerrero was a wonderful guest, and I look forward to a follow up. Maybe just maybe, maybe just maybe one day we can travel to your old country. I appreciate and recommend Raul. Raul talks about him being a strong Hispanic man living in today's future culture. He spoke words about being an author and how and his new and how shouldn't even be there. His new identity with 2.0 has been for him and how he has created helping people, which was the goal the whole time. Mr. Pereira was a wonderful guest, and I look forward to for follow up. Maybe, just maybe, one day we can travel to your old country. And what I mean by that, I appreciate and it's not what it sounds like. But I would love to trace back. Honestly, I just want to trace back his roots and learn each generation of your heritage, culture. You know what? God is telling me to write it better. That's all that is. I've never had that happen. Rome is a great. Before I do that, let me look at something so it won't happen again. Dang. Okay. Bam. The reason why I keep going here is because I keep looking at that and it says created. And I'm like, okay, what the hell does that mean? La 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 la. Fa la 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 la. Let me go back here. Hold on, y'all. I'm almost finished. This is not going to take nothing but was a great guest to have. He was a man of strength, peace, tranquility. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the compliments and the balance that complimented the show. You definitely are a good human, and may God bless you in the future. He talked about his new identity with 2.0. He talked about his children being his world. He admitted that he shelters his kids. He admitted that he loves his wife and family. That's an excellent, courageous thing. Here is his bio. Where are you at? There we go. This is episode number 21 or 22. I can change it. Season number 6. HTTP. Boom. Don't touch that crap. Thank God. They like, we already had it for you. Okay. So he got that. Go here. Oh, snizzity that. I risk showing something on YouTube and I'm not doing that. Some proprietary information. Hold on, y'all. Let me write him. I think I have his stuff already up. Let me go ahead and go on Spotify. Hold on. Because my bank account, I've been in and out my bank account. Always sounds bad. They got it bleeped out. Hold on. Give me a second. See, I had somebody proprietary information up. Um, Go to calendar. Oh, where's it at? There it is. It was a pleasure serving you. Your footage is ready. It was a pleasure serving you. And the reason why I looked like that was because I'm like, I couldn't even sit up there and hit the daggone we transfer button. It wasn't letting me. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then it started working. So it just looks bad the way I just look. And it has nothing to do with him. So I just was like, because it's a lot of sensitive ears out here, you know. It was a pleasure serving you. I hope that you are doing okay. I would truly, honestly appreciate if you would uh, write a review. You give me hope. Only you, which is scary. Let me put an emoji. Well, thanks. I hope you have a nice evening. And I will await your response. Okay. Now let's close these out. Okay. Let's go back to the CEO address. Let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. Work on it a little bit more. I wish I had some popcorn. Use these bullet points to propose the questions for the audience to get their reactions. Okay. I thought I read that right. Why should I trust my manager? Let me take off my shoe. Okay. Why should I trust my manager? When we become vulnerable, we create openness to not only get trusted, get trust, but be trusted. Why should I trust my manager? We deal with hurt and pain both ways. And it is sometimes hard to trust when we trust a complete stranger with not only our pay, but our jobs. We sometimes, sometimes lose sight of why we, why you are at work or work in the first place. That's a run-on sentence function. So when we trust a complete stranger with not only our pay, comma, but our jobs, comma, we sometimes lose sight of why, quote, you are at work in the first place. You are there to learn a job and trust your manager. It is sometimes, however, it is for benefit that if a manager isn't doing his or her job, then you have the right for retention. Is it retention or what is it? Retention and oh, I gotta read it again. I want to remember it myself now. I don't want to have to read it. It's gonna take me a minute. I'm not gonna stop until I read it. Retention and not liquidation. Retention and retention is when you sit up there and you keep a person. That's not right. But the other one, which is, where is it at? I hate that I have to read this. Not like now, literally now. I don't mind reading. I just hate that I have to read it for information when I just read it for information. Turnovers right there in my face. And I knew it started with a T. I kept staring at the T, but it wasn't nothing happening. Sort of like Ratatouille when he put the strawberries and the cheese in his mouth, things started popping. Like it was not popping. Where is my Okay. Turn over. Forget it. I'm just going to do it like this. Move. Get out the way. You have the right for voluntary. Is it voluntary? Uh, voluntary is when you voluntarily leave. Now, I would do these three things to see if a manager is the best fit for you. Maybe the job isn't right. One, you ask reasonable questions, and if the manager has an attitude, the motive is wrong, is not manageable. Two, if you are still in the game and being interviewed, then have them. Hold on, y'all. I gotta think about it. If you're still in the game and being interviewed, then have them uh, hear your story, have them hear your story without label or bias. Then ask, will or would that be a problem? Three, if you get hired, then reevaluate how they treat you while having a backup job on standby. When you get leads, you get organic leads and actual, what is it? Impressions. You get organic impressions and actual leads. When you try to get a job, you have to look a lot and have backup plans. No. Now, being one with your manager shows that even though you are hired, look at the factors that shows respect, empathy, and sympathy, yet authoritative. How much authority can you handle? So, in closing, if your manager has those qualities, then I would use them to lead advantage. I would use them. So in closing, if your manager has those qualities, empathy, sympathy, and what was it? Respect, empathy, and sympathy. Trust in the flow of the job you are at. Once you can figure out if you will need or not go. Show the same qualities and you will go far. Will I gain knowledge of be stuck in the same job? Can I gain knowledge or just be stuck in my same job? Why put me? What time is it? Why put me under stress in order to hire me? I didn't notice I put that. Why put me under stress in order to hire me? A manager must come out of the left field because they need to see emotional a not damage. That's too easy. Emotionally overtly exposed people. Overtly overt overt emotion overt emotional health and liability of the stress on, on of of the employee way of handling stress. You cannot fake stress. You cannot play even when you know it's coming. You can plan for it, which makes the blow better. I mean, the blow harder, easier, but you cannot take stress. If I told you I was going to interview you in a stressful type of stance, you would think you would pass, right? Well, if the right questions get asked, it would potentially show whether or not you are a prime candidate for the uh, career path. In the groups of four, I believe that a group of four can possess strong characteristics if evaluated correctly. There would need to be some sort of test given to their knowledge about who they are compatible with and how it can relate to clusters on the production floor. Four people means four, five, two different tasks in the that meets one person only. That beats one person only completing two. Carrying a quadruple amount together. A quad complexual. I'm gonna do it like that. There's a quad complexual amount of people together that actually get along. I'll come and reread it. Did y'all kick me off? When 4 double the task that 10 could possibly do, it shows that it's best to use less but evaluate more heavily. That way you can see who is working more cognitively. If you get motivated individuals who are happy about getting the job done, finished, and finished, and that leaves a better positive mental health outlook. If you are mad all the time, you will turn bitter inside. How can having a good team building relationship build trust with the team so that there will be less fighting? Find like minded, positive employees and even managers. What's going on? Why did my why did this go blank? Let me give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm not tripping. To maintain trust and have word of mouth about being trusted, they are attentive to the top. There would be exercises, not pass or fail, but educational every time they get a wrong answer, then the right they will have to explain. that wrong. Usually people get an answer, they will explain it, or they will get it wrong without acknowledgement of the right answer. Have y'all ever had a test where, like, you'll sit up there and you take a test and it'd be the wrong answer and you never get the right answer? But then it'd be also a test that give you the right answer, right? And tell you to go back and redo it. But they don't have one where you go and they give you the answer and they have you would have to read the answer and then write some type of short essay type form stating why with AI you feel XYZ is like YXZ or however ZXY. Sorry. This way, creativity and engagement. Wow. Learning what you did wrong and making an essay would prove that you are willing to put in the technical work. You, in the future, I need to patent this shit. Let me write this shit down. In the future, you can review and scan a person's face for a basic accuracy of whether they frown, smile, or pout more. This would be able to determine if the preliminary, the term preliminary factors that apply to whether or not you would like to hire uh, that person under your discretion. We can learn different machine learning techniques by continuing to learn and ask questions. When we stop asking above above questioning, when we stop asking above questions, when we stop asking questions, we are either deceased or we give up on knowledge. No one is dumb. They just do not seek out the right knowledge. We can see that we're gonna watch after this politics. Matter of fact, let me turn it on now. I wish one of these damn platforms start tripping. Like Kings of Comedy say, I wish I haven't said his name in a while. Wow. Hey, I am so bad with names, you guys. But he said he wish after this. Let me see something. $100 billion, $500 billion. Let me turn it down. When all of those things come together, now you're talking about a sound economic solution that is going to benefit real American people. That's what I like. We can see behavioral techniques with machine learning that shows that based on behavior, they can make a healthy determination on whether
what they are at the grocery store and saying somebody, start really preparing, to save for that first home. That's a very difficult thing to tell folks. I'm really looking forward to May, because when this new Fed chairman comes in, it's going to speak volumes to the global markets of where we are positioning as a federal government in terms of housing, because affordable housing is one thing, but what I'm focused on is essential housing. And I can speak for Texas in the sense that we're 500,000 houses short in Texas, 5 million houses short across the United States. So whatever we can do to incentivize the builders to be able to, with sound economic reason, really start building homes again, that's really what's going to drive the needle. But, in a lot of those states that.
Oh my God, I'm making inventions on here. So here is how I go. AI would be able to take your state, your job statement, and categorize it not just like AI do a resume. They would be able to analyze the need. And if you are telling the truth, to cut out the suspicion of waste, fraud, and abuse. Waste of a job, of retention, fraud after the involuntary turnover and abuse of lying on your application. It's a waste of time. I'm just gonna go up the chain of command. Describe here how you want discussion groups to be formed. The size of the group, I would like for there to be a group of 4. Uh-uh.
Just pick up the phone and call. To get a windfall, you first need to.
He got my number. I think I'm gonna call him and be like, "Do you know you sat up there and you was talking to me?" Would you like for there to be a? I didn't see that part. I seen some of it, but they weren't playing that part. Y'all two can see. I would like for there to be a group of 4 people in 4 categories. 4, 8, 12, 16. So 16 people, employees total.
It means for the future of the industry. Here's the Schneider in his own word that giving it.
How you want? How?
Gun rights advocate.
I would like to form groups that are related to each other.
And a really good American, public American. And I remember this is the guy who marched with Martin early, like 1961, before it was called celebrity. We went along the rank. These guys were realized where the country needed to
The roles of the group would be production.
Today's blacklisting conservatives. It's the same thing. I think it's at its core.
Blacklisting conservatives. That ain't nothing new, Rob Snyder.
We are seeing Hollywood completely dismantle itself. You will not see these studios. Those lots, Sony lot, Fox lot, Warner Brothers.
Hold on, y'all. Let me take a little break.
You will not have those stages. And I, for one, will not be sad about it, will you? Friends, I've stopped watching most, really, 90%, 95, 98 probably, of what Hollywood puts out. I stopped watching that a long time ago. I still might take my time watching movies that are going to inspire me. They're going to fuel me, or they're going to challenge me. And I still like to watch some stuff that, if it's clean, it's not full of a bunch of sex.
Right.
All the stuff is just,
I'll be right back.
It's hard to find, but there is some stuff out there. But I'd like to see Hollywood decimated, and maybe it will turn back into Hollywood. I'm sure. Stick around for it. It's silver lining.
Oh my God, I'm taking a break.
Lifestyle or occupation. You sit inactively way too many hours a day. That sedentary inactivity is terrible for your health. It's time to add some extra steps to your day. Introducing Ellipse, a premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact. It's the easiest exercise you will ever do.
Ellipse fits perfectly under my desk, and it is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs. Increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
Exactly with some energy in it. All of y'all. I'm coming.
Feels better. It makes me feel stronger too. Power assisted exercise that frees your mind to enjoy your favorite seated activities. Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Plug it in, place your feet, select your speed, and relax. Ellipse does all the work. Loosen stiff joints and tight muscles. Reduce swelling, alleviate cramps, and calm restless legs.
Ellipse is so smooth, so easy on my joints. My legs are stronger, my joints are no longer stiff, I can walk without pain. My mobility is as good as it was 20 years ago.
Other seated exercises produce harsh, jarring movement, but Ellipse's 46% larger rotational diameter
provides more exercise plus ultra smooth motion that's safe, super low impact, and feels great. Fall now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Be one of the first 300 callers.
I decided I was going to watch the news for a bit and then jump back in with the schoolwork. Get a little politics in.
That wasn't your fault. No favorite attorney has a message.
This is the motherfucker I heard.
Faultless, above reproach. If you want money, you need an attorney. You need a bulldog. But finding one, it's laborious, it's strenuous, it's stupefying. That's why you got.
He said stupefied.
Connect to a legal expert. You have questions, they have answers. They know the legalese, the lingo, the jargon, and the argot. They'll even tell
Jargo.
you what case could be worth 300,000, 2 million, 86,491. All sorts of numbers. Slip and falls, work accidents, car, truck, bus, motorcycle, motorbike, e-bike, tandem bike. These bulldogs will make sure people pay. And if you don't get paid, the attorneys don't get paid, and I don't get paid. So I can.
He said I don't get paid.
I beseech you to pick up that phone and call now to see what your case could be worth. 81428.
This dude got like 3 different same commercials. He got money. He's streaming 3 different commercials on the main streaming network.
Millions of Americans whose thyroid gland wasn't functioning like it was supposed to. And that's why I started taking Active, a premium nutritional supplement. Active was created by
Oh my God, these commercials are so long, y'all. I don't think that this was well thought out.
Your thyroid function, adrenal health, and metabolism. And now you can get a free bottle of Active with our special offer.
I'm just, I ain't gotten used to YouTube going on there and actually looking at something. That's tempting me to actually go on a YouTube and just look at what is, but I don't want to be like everybody else.
Don't wait. Act now. Get your free trial bottle of Active, valued at $39.95.
Uh-oh, they playing black music.
Silver Lining, and joining me tonight is the host of
He is black.
Angela Marie Scafidi.
Hi,
Thank you so much for joining the show tonight. I have shared so many of your videos and posts on my Instagram and on my.
I don't even know who that is.
You're somebody that was dabbling in the occult.
Dabbling in the occult. Let's turn this up.
Jesus revealed himself to you in a massive way and set you free from that. Tell us in your own words, your own story of where you were at and where you're at now.
First and foremost, it is such a blessing to be here tonight. So to make an incredibly long story short, I got involved in New Age spirituality in 2014. My grandma died. I was on a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean. It was easily the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to me. And I didn't even hesitate to go see a medium because these things, we are just so desensitized to the demonic by and large in our culture that we don't even recognize it to be demonic. And
I hope y'all can hear this.
I thought, well, if I can have a relationship with my grandma in the afterlife, I'm certainly going to do it. So I went to the medium, and that was a wide open door where one thing led to another. Before I knew it, I was seeking out tarot. I was buying a bunch of crystals, using them as modalities of channeling and my own form of psychic.
I never used crystals to channel nothing. Yeah, I actually did use crystals to channel some shit.
I became a yoga teacher. I became a Reiki healer myself. And of course, I'm speaking over the course of.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
These things didn't happen quickly.
Since there's different frequencies.
The practices is that they all sort of work until they don't. It's like band-aids over gunshot wounds, where you almost become addicted in a sense. It's a spiritual narcotic, and obviously you're coming into agreement with all sorts of demons. So there's a bunch of different faculties that play into the need to just get more and more and more of it. But what it really comes down to at its core is that they are not sustainable. You know, it's a bunch of empty cisterns when you're looking for the living water. So the thirst is never quite satisfied. And that's why over the course of these 10 years, one thing just continued to lead to another until finally I'm involved in a
Yeah, I want to see.
That's really my niche.
Yeah, I want to see some poltergeist stuff.
All of the modalities I was involved with, and
I was minding my
it gets
own
to a point,
business,
however, where now we've
and
got
nobody put a crap
2020,
over there
2021,
to do
where I've been doing all
the
this stuff for so long. I'm now
laundry
a
shoot
astrologer where people are coming
to
me and
tap
asking
on my heavy
these new
uh,
moon and full moon rituals. I actually had
soap powder. He would have to have arms, or she would have to have arms that fold. It would have to be inhumane, like flexible, too flexible. And that is just unplausible. And I'll admit, I did turn on the dryer, but I remember it being way back there somewhere. And I was opening the door a lot. So
at this point of my life,
yesterday, y'all remember?
I end up calling out to Jesus for the first time.
Hold on. I want to hear this.
Myself. I honestly wanted to end my life, which had been something I struggled with even before my grandmom died, just when I was a teenager and my adolescence, all of the things. And so that stuck with me. That spirit of depression stuck with me and never left, despite all of the light and love that I was entrenched in for so long with that arbitrary spiritualist lifestyle. And so my soul, some part of my soul knew that if I call out to Jesus, he's going to show up. And so I said, Jesus, save me, in a moment where I wanted to end everything. And he came. It wasn't just some dramatic moment where, you know, the heavens opened up above me, but overnight, when I woke up,
how true is that?
I recognized, wow, the intrusive thoughts are gone. The kind of like ping pong match in my head, because I had voices in my head talking to me all the time, that was gone. And I realized, wow, these 3 words did more than what 10 years of this buffet, this new age buffet of practices ever could do for me. And so it actually took me 3 more months to repent of everything I was doing, because I wanted to kind of keep my foot in both worlds. I wanted to have my Jesus, but I wanted to keep my astrology too. But the thing is, when you start reading the Bible, because it's alive, because it is the sword of the Spirit, it is the living word of God.
They said it's alive.
It will get into you, and that's what happened to me. I read Isaiah 47, where God is rebuking the Babylonians for their astrology, and I felt the Holy Spirit enter me and give me a new heart, really resurrect the dead spirit that was within me, and give me eyes to see that Jesus isn't just some guru. He's not just some healer. He's not just the Savior. He is Lord. And I was a sinner in need of him to be Lord of my life. And it was that day when I
got
everything I was doing.
I love all of that. Absolutely incredible. Angela Marie, got to head back on, completely out of time. But thank you so much for joining. Friends, go follow her on social media. Listen to what she has to say. And friends, that's all the time we have, literally. Thank you for watching tonight on Newsmax's Into. Tune in tomorrow night for a brand new episode. Well, Monday night, actually, because it's Friday. Have an amazing weekend. And we'll see you on Monday. God bless.
Another dreading commercial.
Hi, I'm John Bachman, and what I love about Newsmax is having the opportunity to build something from the ground up. I came here from local news over a dozen years ago. Honest conversation with the audience, and I love that Newsmax gives me the opportunity to do exactly that. If you were in an accident that wasn't your fault, you could be entitled to potentially significant financial compensation. So pick up that phone.
He frowns a lot. Even when he...
Call now, not later now. I don't hear the phone ringing. Listen, I'll call you. No. I know you're watching. Yes, you. Just pick up the phone and call.
Wow.
Call your favorite attorney.
That dude is in the dough, man. He'll call you, but he doesn't have your number. That is a catchy hook. That is a catchy hook right there.
That combines the incredible effects of vibrational therapy
targeted deep tissue shiatsu massage, plus soothing infrared heat. A triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Look at these beads moving from the powerful vibrational motors.
It's like 1,000 little fingers
Okay.
just vibrating.
Let's watch.
Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain.
Let's watch politics. After this, I have to finish the homework. I want to send it tonight. Where is it? You see how stuff keep happening to my stuff is like one thing, it's another. Where is it at? There it is. Are y'all watching that? Okay, cool. It says, I would like to form groups that are related to separate engagements with each. Okay. I would like for there to be a group of 4 people in 4 categories. So 16 employees total. The role of the group would be production, the ones that are the top strongest would be the leader of the group. This group, this 4 members of 4 different groups would have more access and see what is going on with the group members. And let's read this from the beginning. Okay, let me open this. Okay. Finding the right employees. Trying to find the right employees are hard. I will accomplish ways to use critical hardcore thinking skills to find the right employee to do the job. We will dive into behaviors of potential employees. We will talk about the good and the bad of what it takes to be an employee under regular job related stress. We'll talk about how to put potential employees under stressful situations to see if they can handle the job moving forward. there would be a universal language that gets spoken, such as pre-screening of an employee, the actual hiring process where the individual move on to the production floor. I'm gonna read it alone first. Hmm. It looks like I may have to wait and relook at this one more time. A manager must come out of the left field because they need to see the overt emotional health and liability of the employee. Of the employee handling stress. You cannot fake stress, nor can you play, fake it. And voila. This is next. I'll make a show later on. I gotta write or call a young whippersnapper. I look at her as a young whippersnapper. She's probably my age, and I still, I know good and damn well, but I did not ask you to play my stuff. Can you kindly stop billing me? Why would I have? I'm not even gonna go there. Shut the fuck up, okay? That's what I need. Some who is Katie Murphy? Okay. Hmm. Y'all want to see some magic happen? I know what I'm gonna do. I have all the time in the world to go on the Better Business Bureau and place my stuff on there. I do that off camera just in case my address end up showing. I'm gonna do some things off camera. Where is it at? Oh well. Okay. I'm getting off of this main page right now. Let me check all my emails. No. Go back. What the frick? What did I just do? I don't have an appointment until Monday. Seven 37, 7:45, 35, 60. Oh, I don't know which one it is. What a world, what a world, what a world. Oh no! Got the Bundy look, the Ted Bundy. Not paying for your conversation. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you're not a Damon John where you're paying $5,000 or more to, you know, your story you should write a book about. If that makes any sense. Does that make more sense to you guys what I'm saying? If if I would not pay, I would pay for somebody to interview me because they're taking the time to explore me. But I would not pay someone to be on my show. I didn't even pay Will Roberts, and Will is high up there, a veteran to Hollywood. So why would I pay a woman that I don't even know, hasn't even made it to mainstream news, to interview me, to interview her? That makes no sense. I always have to explain. And she resides in Seattle. It's an immigrant. I would show you her, but then I think I should. Let's see if I can go back. So you don't think I'm just playing or I'm just talking about people. They're not trying to show her no more. Case in point. There's an organization on this page now. There's a whole organization. Find something new to say other than sorry, not interested right now. Oh, violinist. Where is he at? Hmm. Um, fake. Go back. Why would there be a young whippersnapper on here? Ha! Christopher, I see you. Well, welcome, brother. Welcome. Jersey City, Des Moines, Iowa. Martell Holloway. Occultism, personal brand. Clairvoyance, mythology. Okay, I'll give you a chance. It's always some, yeah. Sweetie, you you didn't close your legs doing this? Oh, okay. That's your banner for sexuality. Okay, got you. I was about to say, I was like, what has it came to? You don't want to slut yourself out now. Okie doke. Let me write him. If y'all would have seen what I've seen, y'all would have been like, yeah, that was appropriate what she said, but I can't show you what I saw. This is on Matchmaker FM. I'm like, that is not the kind of stuff I'm used to seeing on Matchmaker FM. This is a community that wants to be interviewed and wants to give interviews. And it just got haywire. People are showing their breastises and all of that. It's not that serious. Is that what it takes to get an interview? I am not jealous. A lot of people are like, she jealous. She don't have no friends. Whatever you want to say. I don't care. Keep the insults coming. I don't care. I didn't it was not like that before. You don't see the Trump squad sitting up there wearing super short shorts, twerking and stuff, smoking cigars and drinking um alcohol, talking to with purple lipstick on top, and a eye piercing and a nose piercing and a chin piercing, talking about take me seriously. That's all I'm saying, buddy. That's all I'm saying. Now, if I had all those things, that would be a reason to laugh. Then I would be hurt. I would wonder, I would be accepting of somebody sitting up there saying, laughing at me. But to sit up there and laugh at normalcy, it shows insecurity in your home base. Everywhere I go, it's like Full House. Everywhere I go, someone, somewhere. And it's normalcy here, but it's like everywhere, yo, everywhere. It's like crazy. Just laugh. I'm like, what is funny? Can I get on a joke? Can I get in on the joke that you're popping off thinking? Or would it be appropriate for me to hear the joke that's going and running and course and do that little pink brain of yours. Is it at me? Is it with me? Is it for some other reason? So many different things. Now, I would pay $40 to interview Alexandra Dydick. Deek. He's from where? He's a doctor. Phoenix. He talks about weight loss and obesity, fitness, nutrition, leadership, influence. He has something to talk about. But don't just graduate somewhere and just be like, I have so much. My extensive background, I already have a master's. My extensive background shows and proves my justice. I've spoken with Damon John. I've spoken with Will Roberts. I've ran state senate. I ran U.S. Senate. I've spoken with Hollywood stars. I used to live down the street from Genuine. I seen Puff Daddy at age 17. No baby oil was involved. It was all strictly for show. Um, so yeah, I've seen quite a bit of people. He signed. I saw him sign $1, and I gave it to my cousin. Had I known that this would have been a perfect day to sell that dollar. With P Diddy been in jail, they would have killed this. Get that dollar. I don't even know what he did with that dollar bill. Probably nothing productive. It was a long line. I waited long for that. I went from my friendly's job. I drove my little putt Honda Accord, my first, very, very first car, Honda Accord, or was it a Civic? Honda Accord 89 or 90 Honda Accord, to the CD store where he was located. It was right on the radio. Once I heard it was on the radio, I said I had to go. So I took some time off. And had I known how far it was from my job, I knew how far it was, but I was like, I don't care. Just fate told me, because word of mouth go a long way. And he was just sitting there all skinny and crap, standing there, all these young people around him. I know he had a field day. I didn't know him. I didn't know of him. This was before Cassie. I'm 17. He's young. This was, I think, no, Biggie already passed away, but this was like 2000. And I don't know what possessed me to stand in that line, but that was a long fucking line. And I'm standing and I'm standing and I'm standing, you know, and I get to him. I don't even remember what I said. I just gave him the dollar. I kind of like Pimp P. Diddy. I just gave him the dollar and expected him to sign. And it was gold. He signed in gold. And it was a great experience. I hate that P. Diddy is like that. It was when his name was Puff Daddy. Um, Genuine is an R&B artist. I remember knocking on his door. I just wanted to see him. Groupie. It wasn't about sex, but it was about seeing him, and because I kept hearing he's right down the street, and I'm like, oh, I'm like his number one fan, and I knock on the door, and his security answered the phone or answered the door, and I'm like, I'm here to see Genuine. Bold as crap. Mansions in a whole row of mansions, houses and stuff. And I'm right down the street from that exposure. He's eating some chicken right now, because he looked at me, and now that I know what I know now, it's not that I'm ugly, but, to a black man, I'm not suitable, so I was like, okay, and I left. I didn't have no hard feelings. What the heck I gotta get mad for over somebody getting mad at, or just did. I was young. He could have easily, like, no. I'm glad it worked out that way. Had I known, I'm glad he shut the door on the situation, because what were we going to talk about? I was there just to see his face, and I'm pretty sure he gets a lot of that. But what conversation would a grown ass man have with a young adult? I wasn't thinking like that. I just wanted to see what he looked like in person. That's it. That's what I was thinking. I could have got that man in trouble by the FBI. It could have been an FBI up the street. He made the right decision. Because I heard his voice. He was like, I'm eating some chicken right now. I was like, And it didn't sound like he was lying. Yeah, I swear to God. He could have been like, tell the bee I'm eating some chicken, or tell her I'm eating some chicken, or, you know, it could have been anything, but it was like, I'm eating some chicken right now. It could have been, it could have went left. That's why I feel bad for those girls that was in R. Kelly world. Like, had I not got out of that type of life, I would have thought that that was appropriate. If Think about the people that haven't gotten out of that type of life. The people that think it's okay. They're 21 now, but it happened when they were 12. And they grew up for 9 whole years, not even knowing that what was going on was inappropriate. I remember inappropriateness, a lot of inappropriateness in Maryland Trump. Get them all. Had I known what I know now, I would have been like stranger danger. It's sad. I was stalked as a child, as a teenager, and he was an alcoholic who had me blow into his breathalyzer machine in his car in order to get the car working. How reckless was that? We need new machines. If they can, one cool thing about my apartment is that they have poop DNA here. I never heard of this shit. They have poop DNA here, where if a dog poops somewhere and you just happen to step in the shit, literally you can just go collect the DNA and they'll know which dog did it. That is advanced. I am very proud that I don't have a dog, but I'm very proud that they actually came up with it. I am very, very proud. So, yeah. One more. I'm gonna write one more. We need the breathalyzer for the guy that I sat up there and was blowing the breathalyzer for. The DNA needs to be, um, it needs to show, it needs to automatically, bam, this is his DNA, not Joe Blow DNA. You know, I feel used. I feel very used, y'all. Pedophiles, ugh. It just sickens me, man. It sickens me, man. It sickens me, Trump. It just sickens me. Ugh. I had to be naive. God, I'm pretty sure God is like, I had to be naive for a little bit. You know, I had to sit up there and not know what I was getting into. So once I became enlightened, I can make a decision. Do I want to go down that road? Do I want to do something like that? Or do I want to sit up there and produce a better chapter for a child's life? I don't ever, I may not get along with my children, but I never touched them in any inappropriate way. What goes on between them goes on between them. What they do is between what that household do there, wherever they're located. But I know what I did. I know what I did and why I did it. I can collect evidence for everything I did, except what I told God a couple of days ago that I would like to repent for because I was deceiving God. I can tolerate a lot of things. I can tolerate deceiving people, I can tolerate that to a certain degree, but I cannot tolerate deceiving God. I can't take that. Not on my watch. Honestly and seriously. Because he knows all. So if I'm trying to slide past, like, look at him, look at her, look at him, look at her, and not pointing the finger at myself, then that's deceitful. And God knows that. God knows. And I didn't know, but once the thought passed, I've never thought that before. I've never thought that before. Never. And then I'm folding clothes and a thought just crossed my mind. You're deceiving God. And the first thing I did was I broke down. I don't cry easy. I done had a nail poked in my foot 3 times. I've been stung by a bee 4 times. Bit by a dog once. Scraped by a nail on my leg. Fell off a bike. Almost fractured my teeth. Well, did. I've been through a lot. Drowned, almost drowned twice. Almost got into a car accident. Been shot at. Been pointed a gun at. Had a gun put to my head. So excuse me if I'm heightened with my sensitivities. Excuse me if I act like that would never have happened on my watch. Had that white lady been standing out there, I would have kicked that dude straight in his nutsack for fucking that woman up like that in Seattle and wouldn't even give a fuck about what he was going to do to me. I would have sat up there and tried to save that lady, pushed her out the way, something. Call 911. If I was too scared take my little black ass up the street, call 911 and say, or yank her out the way, somehow intervene without intervening. That was an accident that was inappropriate. She lost an eye because they let that demon roam the streets of Seattle. So if you think you're gangster, if you think you're street, if you think you're hood, go to King County Courthouse, 5th Street. No, that's the jail. 5th Street. Go to the jail. I dare you. You won't get far, but you'll get far. Sick shit, man. That she's I knew every time I went there, every time it was somebody seemingly like they were following me, and the guards would be right out there. And I said to myself, where the fuck were the guards for this white lady? I don't care if she was black, I would be like, black lady. I'm just speaking her race. Where the fuck were the guards? Some of those guards are the same guards that be housed at the King County Jail. They rotate them. No, yeah, they do every now and again. But case in point, there was meth and fentanyl brought through the metal detectors. Case in point, when I went there, there was a lady literally talking to herself, talking about, come on, friend. Come here. Like if you saw something like that, they're like, come on, ma'am, come on through. Come on, ma'am. Guiding her and shit. Guiding her. I'm like, what is, am I the only same person that seems she was just, come here, grabbing air? I went to Boise Courthouse and they checked me thoroughly. I was happy. I was like, check me. You right, check me. King County, huh? Yeah. Well, we're a little lax on the rules right now. It's okay to bring fentanyl and meth. Just be quiet about it. Don't say nothing. Don't ask, don't tell. They paid them $5,000 to get that fentanyl and meth in. And that was during my stay in jail. My first stay, real stay in jail. And they were giving it to me, making my case look bad, causing me not to lose time on days, causing me to be agitated. It's the rumors spread it around. They got off on that, those Hispanic women. And if you think I'm making it up in my head, then one white woman, one Hispanic woman, one black woman circled me, didn't know them in a tank, whipping their hairs around, whipping what little bit of hair they had, talking about Cloud is dead. I'm like, how do you know me? I'm saying in my head, is this a setup? Is this a freaking setup? So I'm holding a pencil. I'm holding a Sharpie pencil. They're whipping their hair. They could have did anything in that tank. I always stay in this bathroom. It was nothing but a bathroom. I stayed in there with this. I stayed in there the whole time. I never came out. But when I did, they always used to agitate me. My name flooded through the jail because of me being Republican. My name flooded through the jail. I would not sit up there and take bullshit. So going back, I sat up there and I dismantled myself and I started screaming. And I wonder what happened next. I was under the influence because They sat up there and I ate a piece of bologna, which that's all they gave you for lunch is a piece of bologna and some bread, some soggy bread. And it was very soggy. And then all of a sudden I started screaming. They came around me, agitating me like they did in the beginning. I went to the ninth floor. That was enough. It was the mental health floor I was on that knew me. And then it spread it to the ninth floor. They would have informants come in and try to pick me for information, and I would just give them the same bullshit, the same shit. They would be like, girl, one girl had a nerve to say, I need you to steal at Walmart and so we can have a heater and we can be living by the police station in a tent. I'm laughing like crap in my head. If this woman really think I'm going to risk getting out of jail to go back in jail to steal a tent so I can be out in the street for you? Like, the shit that come out their mouth, it was terrible, man. One girl ate a fork. She swallowed. How do you swallow a fork? And they took her to the hospital. One girl spreaded feces all over her bathroom. We'll just call it a bathroom. Got naked and started smearing her breasts all. This is the shit I had to go through. One lady overdosed. One lady called me a nigger. One lady, they would all get loud when I'm on the phone trying to call my lawyer. And I would tell them to shut the fuck up. All of them. I didn't know them, but I knew what they were doing. And then it was the cup incident. Then it started spreading to the women guards. I said, can I get a cup at 7, 6 in the morning? I didn't get a cup to the next day from some other guard. They wouldn't want me to shower. I don't know why. I don't care why. They should have been controlling that meth and fentanyl while in there. And as I started transitioning out of the jail, I started noticing that women were going through the same exact stuff that I went through, undressing themselves inappropriately and doing random, making noises, like weird noises because it echoes in there. And I'm like, and then one lady told the security guard, you love Cloud more than you love me. I said, I said, what? What? What does that mean? I don't mess with nobody. So unless I'm being raped in my sleep, kill Cloud, shoot her. That's what they were saying. And I kept wondering why they kept saying shoot Cloud. They have no weapons. Until one day I woke up with a needle pierced in my neck and I'm gurgling. It's just sad. I know when I'm a willing participant of sexual activity. I don't just go off or sexual harassment. I just don't, it's not even sexual harassment if I'm a willing participant in it. I know what happens in jails. I had one old lady was being raped and said, you raped me, you raped me. And the guard had a nerve the Hispanic man had a nerve to say, yeah, I raped you, you bitch. That's exactly what came out his mouth. Then one lady was Ukrainian saying, I'm a Ukrainian refugee. Stop raping me. And it's in the bay. It's right in the bay, open area. I'm hearing this shit, man. So what do you think they were doing to me? That's some story. I have a story. I have a story. It needs to be told. You know, I don't always need somebody to interview me, but it comes out from time to time because it's therapeutic to talk about. I want y'all to know. I know y'all, some of y'all swear I'm stupid, like y'all don't look me up in Seattle and see my nappy headed picture of me in jail. You don't know the story behind it. Some of y'all don't care. I don't give a fuck if you don't care. I'm just telling you what the hell happened while I was in jail. It was a setup from a Democrat state because I told Susan Sorbell that I loved Trump. And if you saw the look on that woman's face, you would know that she was the one that set me up. Chunks of time. I was losing chunks of time. They would drug me enough. They would put it in my food enough to sedate me and then give me a shot. And the chunks of time would be lost. Nine months spent in jail. 3 years probation. And people still try me. Like I'm really going to risk my life. You, even if, let's say you happen, because I'm not a dumb girl. I know what certain people be thinking. They be like, well, let me rip off her wig and I bet you she won't be as pretty. I'm like, I'm going to make sure you are prosecuted and I'm going to make sure I fall to the ground. Once you rip off my wig, I'm falling to the ground and I'm going to say, ah! And then I'm going to say that you harassed me and assaulted me. So if you want that charge on you, I suggest you back the fuck up and let me wear my wigs. I got something to show you guys though. Y'all remember Family Dollar? Some of y'all do, some of y'all don't. Shut up. Don't tell nothing. Don't say nothing. Oh, I'm hiding it. No. Like, y'all remember this? Little Sexy. I had to get some of this shit. This shit is selling good. Hold on. I saw the future. I was about to spray myself with this thing coming this way, and it was got right in my mouth. Hold on. Ah, that smell. Go to Family Dollar, be styling. Like I was telling TikTok or Facebook, I said, an old white woman, this is an old white woman spray. And this is not only an old white woman spray, but this is also a young black, cheap black woman. Like an older white woman sometimes don't have the time to go out and get like high-end perfumes, like if you're struggling. So this is an old white woman's perfume. Now at Family Dollar, where predominantly black people be, you be like, it be in the glass shelves, and you be like, give me this shit flies off the shelf in the ghetto. This shit flies off the shelf. They be like, girl, I'm going to get me my spray. What kind of spray you going to get? A little sexy, girl. A little sexy. I mean, it's a little bold, but I think it smooths down a little bit. I'm talking to, no, let me talk to Ebonics. This shit pops. That's all I need to say. I'm going to get my sexy red perfume because this shit pops. No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. Um, I'm just kidding, y'all. Don't drop off the line. Some people like, I can't work with her. I can't. Oh man, I'm not. I'm harmless, man. I'm harmless. I'm harmless. All I ask is that y'all keep an open mind when talking to me. All I want to do is make you guys not happy, but satisfied. Can we agree to disagree on satisfaction? Satisfaction. What's the Dunroe? Oh, I know what the Monroe Doctrine is. The Dunroe, y'all changed it. I remember when Trump was talking about that. Okay. So that was Steve D. Jones. That's all I have to talk about. I told you it'd be a 3-hour film. I did the homework. I turned it in. Some of y'all got a taste of what it's like in my world. You know, I talked to my teacher and I told him I envy him in a good way, in a good way, in a good way, in a holistic way. I envy him because he said that he's been blessed. Not to say I don't want him to be blessed. That kind of sound weird, right? To the side. I wish I didn't have issues in my life. My life is complicated. My love life is complicated. I'm complicated. It's complicated. So yeah. Come at me correct. Don't come at me with no BS. No more. Bye. Sound like a Asian. You so pretty. You're so pretty. It's all good. Thank you for the compliment. You know, I had Larry Imar. Oh, I don't know what else I should do. I could do politics. I'm gonna do politics tomorrow as I start on project 2 for the 20 something of January, and we're never gonna stop. Ooh, I got a song for y'all when I get off here. Boom. How it go like boom, 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 boom. Don't stop. How it go? Hold on. Ooh. That's not how it goes. Hold on. Sat. I would never have guessed. I just want to. Okay, that's all I wanted to hear. Hi, Clearwater, Florida. How are you? You know they got that sweepstakes out there. I remember when I was young, I used to sign up for that. You guys, I want to say thank you for sticking with me. I have to cut this off, but thank you so much for sticking with me tonight. You all participation shows that you care and you I mean, I came a long way. I came a long way, y'all. So you're actively engaging and you're actively in participating and you want to watch me. I mean, it's not that you clown me for 3 hours. Y'all been clowning me for 3 hours? uh, Take care, y'all.